This is your boy, Mr. Romantic 95, and I'm here to give my thoughts on Assassin's Creed 3. Now, for any of you guys who are big on video games, you'll know that within the winter months, Assassin's Creed is a pretty big title that dropped, along with Black Ops 2 being right around the corner from it, and Hitman that also dropped with it. Those are all good games. I'm not saying anything to discredit those games, but this is my thoughts and a review which clearly falls under the fair play laws of copyright in America. So I'm not violating any copyright rules since this is under fair play. Now, first thing about Assassin's Creed 3 that you might notice is the game feels different. Like some controller physics happen to be a little bit changed. Like if you notice now, you have when you run, instead of just running and having to press circle to bump into people, you just press the free run button. A lot of things have gotten easier to do. It's partly due to the new control scheme and the new engine that the game clearly runs on. Now, I haven't gotten that much into the game. I have not done any of the naval battles yet, and I have not really used every tool, but I have been sticking to some of the new features, like using the bow and arrow, the hunting.
You brought me some good pieces.
Collecting
That's
money.
worth a letter to be sure.
The thing about this game is money is
I will be back for the rest.
harder to collect because within this game you have to earn your money, and earning money, like I said, is hard. You don't get as much as you do in the past games, and as far as I know, there's not as many ways to make money. But some features that do appear back in the game is the Assassin's Guild. You have the Assassin's Guild, and really that's about it. I'm not going to get too much into plot because I don't want to leave any spoilers for anyone who's playing the game and happens to watch this. But I do encourage you to pick up this game because it is very good. Also, this video is not... how do I put it? This video game is... this video is just random play and does not really highlight things in the review that I'm currently talking about, but it will cover an extensive amount of things. So let's get into this right now. As you see here, I kind of brought up the fast travel map, which I like because there's a lot of area you can go in this game. You get the whole eastern coast from the top to the bottom. You can go to Puerto Rico on the naval routes, Cuba. You can also head to some other islands in the Caribbean. You do get to go to Central America for the Mayan ruin mission for Sawtooth, which my character will be seen sporting somewhere in this video. Now, a couple of the things that I'd like to highlight is that your assassins in this game, if you've played any of the Assassin's Creed from Brotherhood, Brotherhood or Revelations, you'll notice that your assassin is a little different. He'll do kills, he'll do assassinations, but the thing about it is, he's not too good. Like, I tried to do a couple assassinations to sending him to kill targets on the roof. They easily spot him and they shoot at him, but he's a good distraction for me to run up from behind and kill some enemies. In this game, being that they've added guns, and some of the areas in which you're running in are smaller, you're no longer running in these huge, enormous, gigantic cities where you can take turns and, jump through lakes and all of this. You're playing in more colonial towns like Lexington, Boston, Concord, which are relatively small to the areas of the past in Assassin's Creed. But there is a very, very big, extensive areas such as the frontier, Now, things with the new detection system is now you can like lean on a wall to not be seen. You can perform instant assassinations with your sword. You can pull enemies close to you with the rope darts, which I was not able to show due to a time constriction. I'm trying to keep with the quality, and also, you know, making sure I have the best frame rate. Let's see what else. Big important things. In this game, you start off as a Templar, and then you move on your way to play as Connor. I'm not going to spoil that in the story for you, but you'll have to play the game to find out to see how they're connected. Really, which has made me happy is that this game has come out complete for the PS3. Right now in the video game community, things in the PS3 have not been going too well, especially with the companies like Betasoft, where, you know, I've been waiting for DLC for Skyrim for like a year. The game came out unfinished. This is not the case. I know it is a different company, but you know, sometimes us PS3 users tend to get a little stooped when it comes to these American-made games. I know it's a good price. I got this during the Black Friday sale, so I only paid $53 for the GameStop edition, which includes includes the Captain Kidd mission, the 4 Benedict Arnold missions, and it also included the Ubisoft Pass, which is pretty good. I did the Captain Kidd missions, pretty good. I like the environments. Now, when it comes to this game and story, it's actually pretty good. I would say out of all the storylines that have come out for recent Assassin's Creed, which would, for me, what I'd call recent, is Brotherhood, Revelations, and Assassin's Creed 3, and even Liberation. This has some of the best story writing with familiar characters, well, that were familiar to me at least, and I felt more of a connection with being, you know, seeing Benjamin Franklin, Paul Revere, Samuel Adams, John Adams, and even George Washington that appear in the game. If you are someone who is into American history and would like to see this little plot twist to kind of play around with this fictional history, this is a game for you to check out. Now, I'm a No Way fanboy, so, you know, there were things that I kind of found wrong for this game. When it comes to assigning your slots, it can be a little difficult at first, a little confusing, and they don't really go through too much detail in explaining it. You can do some of the same things you can in this game. Well, you can do all of them as you could in previous games, but they tweak them in a different way that makes them almost like a new, unique feature. To some people that may not be a problem, but to me, when I'm playing a game that I've enjoyed already and I'm used to a way of using these features, and then all of a sudden they take that from me, you know, and I've been used to these features the way they are since Brotherhood, it's a little difficult. Also, it says that your assassin is able to cause a riot just like you are. I have not been able to yet get him to cause a riot. Could not find many gripes with this game, or that many grievances. But there were a couple things that still, you know, kind of mess with me. Now, if you notice, this game is in standard definition. When I played this before I did the review, it was in HD. The HD compatibility is great. But one thing I'd like to say is I do not think graphics should really be a major point of buy and sell on a video game. Because there are some video games that have the most horrible shit graphics, but come out to be really well played. I mean, anything from the 16-bit era, yeah, is not as good as the, you know, the newer things in graphics terms, but they're still good plays. That's why I'm saying graphics for this game and graphics for my stellar review aren't really going to focus on that too much, but I will say they are good. Not the best I have seen on the PS3 so far, but they're not the worst. They're in the upper middle level, at least. especially for the cutscenes when you can get close up on the faces, on the characters' faces, you know, and you can see the emotions and everything. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay. The soundtrack for this game, there wasn't really a soundtrack. There was a little music that plays here and there. The audio quality is really good. If you're someone that uses HD surround sound, you'll really appreciate this. The 3D for the game, I did not check out, but I've heard that it is pretty excellent as well. I'm not someone who's going to make a judgment on that, but if you have a 3D TV, I'd swing for this game, because at least then you can pop this bad boy into standard definition and enjoy 1080p. I mean, come on, 1080p. 1080p, boy. Now, let's see, anything else? What else could I put in here? The notoriety system. Now, when it comes to making yourself more notorious, less notorious, incognito, and such, the game takes a different approach. A lot of times it involves expensive, amounts of money that is actually really hard to make. Sometimes in this game, you won't find any wanted posters of yourself, and those are the only things that are free to take down. But you will find a lot of people who are forecasting or telling the news, and you'd have to bribe them or go to a printing press, which is really expensive in the game. So this game tries to push you into being incognito a lot, so that it's smooth sailing through the game. Another thing is the game allows you to pick up weapons from drop players. I picked up the rifle. I tried it out a little bit for the earlier missions when you're playing as a Templar, and I could not really figure out how to shoot it. I was able to shoot my own side pistol, and I was even able to fire off a couple of rounds of, the Bolster cannons and even things like that, but I was still disappointed because I could not figure out how to shoot the rifle. Another thing in this game is, if you do not pull off clean assassins in this game, you'll be caught in fights that are like boss fights, with characters that can be sometimes insanely hard to kill, surrounded by tons of enemies, and, really, it pushes you that you have to play your best to really do good in the game, because if not, you'll be stuck in impossible boss battles and then have to escape later. Which also includes the optional side missions, which are really great too, and they help out a lot when it comes to full synchronization to your character. This is everything on my thoughts on Assassin's Creed. To me, this has been the best Assassin's Creed so far. I mean, even the Desmond play, which, in Assassin's Creed is notoriously not that well done, since Desmond doesn't really do any fighting, and you don't spend a lot of major time as him. But this bad boy, however, I'd like to tell you, is different. The Desmond play was decent. It was not shaky. Even though his running is a little goofy. I mean, this guy runs kind of gay. But, it's peace. This is your boy, Mr. Omatic 95. See ya.